But let's jump into the next topic, and we're going to go out west to the Denver Nuggets. They drafted some kid named Michael Porter Jr. I think it was right at the lottery. I think he was round 1, pick 14. And Michael Porter Jr. was one of my favorite players in that draft. He was coming in as my
number one.
He was my number one guy going in, but then he didn't play at all. He was injured.
No, not at all. He did play, and he played poorly.
It doesn't count. He played like 4 games and he looked awful.
And then he got hurt again.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt again.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt again.
No, he's back now. He's fine.
No,
he
now
got hurt
he's
twice.
fine. Remember,
he had that
the
back
multiple
injury.
surgeries.
Yeah, he had the back injury, and then he fixed the back injury, and then they fixed the back injury again. It was just 3 times.
Yeah. And then this offseason, he tweeted out not just Adam Silver's phone number, but his email as well.
Yeah. Which is great to get in contact with Kamish.
Should we call him right now?
We could.
He definitely changed
his
his number.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But that email's still the same, I bet.
Yeah.
Anyways, with that being said, Michael Porter Jr. has not been on the floor since being drafted in 2018. He was one of my favorite prospects in that draft. It was later taken over by Luka in the debate that Dave and I had about Michael Porter Jr. versus Luka Doncic.
I was right.
It was lost by me.
I was right by a lot.
But
I was right by a lot in a lot of those arguments.
I also lost the
careers
cat Joel.
Careers are still young.
You should probably probably take the hint.
It was at it was as a prospect. So Dave won that one for the Luka thing, and then also there's no way Cat's going to be better than Joel Embiid unless Joel Embiid breaks every bone in his body.
I remember that. That was an overtime segment.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go back to the actual thing. We keep getting sidetracked. Michael Porter Jr. now finally healthy is going to be. He's apparently enjoying his first official training camp. Preseason's coming up as well. Let's talk about what impact he can have on this team. One thing that I think is going to hurt him is how deep this Denver team already is. But if we think that this kid is fully healthy and he is this talented, there's no way they cannot play him, right?
I want to say no. I want to say that they should absolutely give him, but you have to minutes restrict him, heavy minutes restrict him to start the season. Like, unless he looks like an absolute star out there, I would keep him on a close minutes cap to start the season because this is a very good team already. Mm-hmm. And you're going to mess with their mojo by putting out someone like Michael Porter Jr. in that lineup. I understand. There are a couple guys who struggled last year, a couple injuries. But I still would not be too early to jump the gun on being all in on Michael Porter Jr. Everyone says he's shooting great. It's great. I don't trust his back. Do you trust his back?
No.
Do you trust his back?
I don't know. I haven't looked at his back professionally.
The answer's no.
How long would it take for you to trust his back? Like, if you got to examine Michael Porter Jr.'s back, how long would it take for you to be like, yeah, I trust his back?
I mean, a couple
How about we do this a different?
What would you look for? What would you look for? No,
sturdiness. I want to see
sturdiness.
Yeah, how sturdy that.
What do you
think? It's a definable measurement.
Think his bones are jello?
Gotta get sturdy.
He's got a 7.5 on the sturdiness scale.
Gotta see how the back moves. I mean, if it's all stiff, then no.
DeAndre Ayton got a 9 on the sturdiness. His back.
Gotta see how the back looks. Hashtag on the court.
Hashtag on the court.
Jesus Christ.
Let me answer this with a different question. How would you rate his family's medical history?
Not good.
On a scale of
yikes.
Dave, those are ACLs, not backs.
Yeah, which means
We're
he
fine.
hasn't even hit his peak.
What, his sister had 5 ACL injuries?
5 ACLs.
Okay.
His brother had 2.
Do we know
I think his other sister had 3.
Do we know anything about the ACL injuries being genetic?
Yes, I looked it up.
He actually did look it up on a previous
podcast.
show.
This kid's screwed.
So what I'm saying is I'm awesome with playing him. I think he deserves 15 minutes a night out the gates. Mm-hmm. I would be hesitant to give him anything more than that because, A, he has not played basketball for more than 2 games in the last 2 years. So there's number one concern. Number 2 is his basketball IQ at this point. Had a team that plays in a unique style of offense and defense. I think he needs to be slowly brought into the system. I'm not okay with just putting him out there and letting him go.
And that's why I love what you just said because this first thing from the Denver Post that this article that I want to bring into it, it first starts off with the last time Michael Porter Jr. returned from an extended absence, he took a game-high 17 shots in his first game back and cannibalized the Missouri Tigers offense. But then there was something that I think goes into what you were saying, and Mike Malone said he's going to do some things this year that are going to make my beard and hair turn a little grayer, but that's a part of it. He's talented. He's a a talented young player. So he is going to make stupid mistakes because he doesn't have that basketball IQ.
Yeah.
And I think he probably still thinks that he is the best player on the court because he has been for his entire life, Ricky. But I do think that I agree with Dave. You do have to give him minutes. I don't know if 15 is going to be it because there's a lot of good players on that team.
And that's the thing. You've got, I mean, first off, Will Barton has a hamstring injury. Right now it says he's day-to-day, but how's that going to affect him? And right now, like, the open battle at the 3
they're
is
gonna have to
Torrey
take it
Craig and
day by day to see how it's going to affect
exactly
him. That's why it's day-to-day.
Craig and Hernan Gomez too are like they're going to get minutes. So like if they're getting minutes, how much are going to? It's kind of like what we talked about with Kobe White on Superfans. It's that Torrey's going to get minutes. Juancho's going to get minutes. How many is going to be left over for Michael Porter Jr., especially if he's making those bonehead mistakes? Because if he's making bonehead mistakes, first you got to go out there and go, well, really, he's a rookie because he hasn't really played a game. But if he still makes those, we're a playoff team. We can't afford those. So like enough of those get you on the pine.
Here's the thing that I am intrigued with because there is a spot for him to play in. If you're looking at the per game minutes for the Nuggets in the regular season, Jamal Murray played 32, Jokic played 31, Harris 28, Barton 27, Millsap 27, Montemoris 24, Beasley 23, Plumlee 21, Torrey Craig 20, Juancho 19.4, and then Trey Lyles had 17 and a half minutes per game. So that is a spot where now Trey Lyles, being on the San Antonio Spurs, gives you open minutes.
Asterisk, they added someone who is better than him potentially.
Correct.
In Jeremy. I almost said Jerian. Wow. Old player.
Yeah.
Bad
Notre
player.
Dame point guard.
Jeremy
Jeremy
Grant,
Grant,
who has been a amazing development project case and looks like a very strong 3-and-D wing.
Yeah, but then to counter that, they did get rid of Tyler Lydon, who in his 25 games played 3.8 points. I don't think Jared Vanderbilt's going to be that big of a player in their rotation. I don't even think he's even on the team anymore. Yeah, he is. But he in his 17 games, he played 4.1. And then to go along with that, Isaiah Thomas in his 12 games got 15.1. So I think there's a spot for him to get put into the rotation. Without a doubt, but they still found minutes for him, right? And so I do wonder, like, if they're able to move some of these minutes from the Trey Lyles acquisition, and I think Will Barton's not going to get 27 minutes a game because he was bad last year. I think that's mostly going to go to Jeremy. And then I think Paul Millsap, they want to keep him fresh, so I think they might roll back his minutes. I think that he might get rolled back to 25. So you're opening up minutes. I think they're going to allocate minutes to make sure Grant gets in there, but I also think they're going to give him a shot. I think 15's too much for him out the gate, MPJ. I think you could probably see him get in there around 10 minutes a game, though, and probably a couple with the first unit and a couple with the second unit.
My big thing that I think 15 is reasonable, and that's why I tossed out there, because this is a team at home that plays so well. They blew out a lot of teams.
That's fair.
And they ate up a lot of garbage time with those guys. Like, I look and we always talk about how their depth is amazing, but the only reason we know their depth is amazing is because they got to finish out so many games last year. They didn't need their starters to play 35 minutes again. They didn't even play 34. 30, like, it was impressive levels of, I guess, competition difference. For whatever reason, Denver owns their home court. It's one of the best home court advantages in basketball.
It's that altitude.
Everybody wants to talk up to the altitude. That's whatever. I'm a believer in it for now. Why not? But no, I think they're going to be in situations where they can afford to play him, and it's not going to be critical. Like if he's going to be allowed to make those mistakes because they're going to be winning by X amount of points. Because let's be fair, the Phoenix Suns are still a team. I mean, like there's still those bad teams in the West that they're gonna play. There's still bad teams in the East too. There's more in the East. Who am I kidding? There's a lot more in the East. But
so he'll get those minutes against most of these.
He'll get garbage time. Yeah, I'm a big believer in the fact that this Denver Nuggets team. There's not many reasons to believe that last year they were the second best team in the West. First, really first?
No, second.
Second best team in the
Golden
West.
State was still one.
Yeah, so they were the second best team in the West, and they blew out so many teams, and games weren't extremely competitive. It's like when you would watch Giannis go off. And, like, first half of the game, Giannis looks like he could put up 60 tonight. Well, he just took a breather, And I think that's the same situation where they're going to be able to give him those opportunities.
Here's the thing where I've been reading that I disagree with you, just because I think he's going to get the bulk of his minutes and possibly those garbage time minutes for sure. But Mike Malone was talking, and he said about the open competition at small forward, he mentioned Torrey Craig, he mentioned Juancho, has had present moments alongside the starting unit, and he didn't mention that Porter cycled into those runs as well. So I don't think he's going to be willing to give him the starting job right away, without a doubt, and I think that's absolutely fair. But Jokic came in and started gushing about Porter and said he's a really good shooter. He can post up guys. He can go by guys. He's a really talented player. We didn't have a player like that just size-wise. You could see he's attacking the basket. He's good going to the ball. Like, he's bullying people. He's going to be really good. He said we had a lineup with me, Gary, Jamal, and Paul, and he was there. We were just moving and cutting. He just didn't know what to do. We told him when you're standing, you're wrong. Whatever you do, just move. And it's funny for sure because obviously he doesn't know this offense yet, but I do think that Malone's going to give him the opportunity to play with these guys. And I think we're going to see him just a little bit in spurts on what he can do with the first unit because he's not going to learn the offense if he's not.
Yeah.
And if he's able to pick it up, quickly, he's probably their most talented player. So, on the bench.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, relax here. Fucking relax.
Don't make statements
relax.
like that.
Definitely not the best, most talented
Jokic
player.
got fat, but I still
Jokic is my number one player right now. It's
aiming for
Jokic and
300.
Luka. It's Jokic and Luka just constantly battling here. But I do think that Michael Porter Jr., with his talent, if he is able to go out there and he is able to learn the offense, I think that they might give him a shot.
You know what makes me chuckle too?
Because you don't want him getting injured playing garbage minutes. You want him getting injured playing something that matters. So put him in when it matters.
Ideally, you do not want him to get injured at all. But the funny thing is that same Denver Post article that Sean was reading from, I love who Michael Porter compared himself to. I'm going to use air quotes, where he said, it's just going to take me being mature because we have such a great team already, and I'm a first-year player. I don't know everything that is going on. I probably won't get the huge role I wanted off the bat, but every player started out slow. Look at Kawhi Leonard when he was first in San Antonio. And that's something where it's like, I get what you're trying to say, but let's not drop Kawhi's name because people are then going to be like, oh, so he thinks he's going to be the next Kawhi Leonard, right?
You have
That's the
vastly
expectation.
different skills and career trajectories. I'm just going to say that. Kawhi Leonard came in as an amazing defensive player with all of the physical tools to be a monster in the league.
Jokic, Tim Duncan.
And you came
Jokic, Tim Duncan.
And you came into the league.
Jokic.
Tim Duncan.
I mean,
Tim Duncan.
Scale?
Well, yeah, Tim Duncan's heavier. 'cause of
Give
all
me,
those
hang
rings.
on.
Oh.
Here.
No.
Give me proof that Tim Duncan's a better basketball player than Nikola Jokic.
Fundamentals.
All right.
Literally, the big.
Everything.
Yeah. Jesus.
It was a joke. Relax.
So what
guys.
I was saying was Kawhi, physical tools, amazing defensive instincts, and just a work ethic and a willing to grow his shot.
Boardman gets paid.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Michael Porter Jr. is literally the antibody. Like he is everything you don't want other than the fact he's tall. Like everything else about him, his family medical history, his own medical history, his struggles. No. But he is offensively gifted. The man can fucking score. Like we watched that in high school. We watched him dominate, and it was awesome. I wish we would have got to watch it in college, but shit happens, like that injury.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing that's going to come down to is his actual work ethic. I mean, that's what defines every great player.
Yeah.
Kawhi's working his ass off every single day. I mean, you look how ripped and jacked he is. It's not natural. You
hear the Jimmy
work your
Butler
ass off.
stories?
Jimmy Butler's there at 3:30 in the morning.
And he basically shamed his teammates into showing up. I mean, come on, that's awesome.
Well, if I'm doing it, why aren't you doing it?
You're dragging Bam and you're dragging, who was the other one? Myers Leonard. The gym at 3 in the morning.
Myers needs it. We need him out. We need
fair,
out there
he does
playing
need
well.
it.
Giving those Alana a bad name.
But with that,
Yeah.
classic Jimmy.
Right?
But with
I
that, I mean,
love Jimmy Butler.
we need to see
I
that
love
from Michael
Jimmy.
Porter Jr. Just that work ethic to become great, and
Yes.
and I think that a struggle that might come in right away is that I think he thinks he is great, which he is very talented, but
Yeah.
it doesn't make you great, right? So I think that's what it's gonna come down to with Michael Porter Jr. is how much can he push himself. I think the expectations for him should be going into the season. I think that he's gonna get minutes to start the season, but nothing too major. I think that he's gonna get some time with first unit, but just second quarter bullshit. And then when it comes to January, and I said this with Kobe White too, I want to see what they do with after 2 months. And after those 2 months, where is he at? And is he getting more increased minutes? And then, by February in the All-Star break, is he in the starting lineup? Because I think it is a possibility that he hits the starting lineup because he is this talented. It's just all about learning the offense. If he doesn't learn the offense, he's not getting a minutes increase, and he's staying exactly where he's going to be. And if he starts hurting the team, even in those lower minutes, he's just not going to get playing time because this is a team that's going to win, right?
Yeah.
That's without you or with you, Michael Porter Jr., we're winning. You can come along for the ride. You can help us.
You're either on the
it's
train
gravy.
or off the train.
Exactly. So
The gravy train.
He needs to be, some thick gravy here to help them out. And I think that he needs to. Jesus.
The dude's 300 pounds. I'm sorry.
He's
it's
275.
It's him, Amari Spellman's fat ass, and Zion Williamson Summer
shaming
League.
him.
Like, those three dudes are coming in close to a ton.
Do you know how much a ton is?
It's 1,000 pounds, right?
Is it?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's thanks U.S. education system.
Pounds.
No, it's 2,000.
2,000
Okay,
pounds.
I am
Yeah.
way off.
A U.S. ton is 2,000
You need a Robert
pounds.
trailer in there.
Whoa. Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm just saying, there's three thick boys in the league.
How many pounds
That's
would they
it?
be
There's only
altogether?
3 thick boys?
I mean,
Kyle Lowry.
no, Kyle Lowry's thick, but not in the same way,
But-
he's like thick with 2 C's. These guys are just fat.
There's no other fat guys in the league?
Amari Spellman,
Yeah.
Zion Williamson in NBA Summer League,
Yeah.
and then
that's fair.
Jokic. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. if there's-
Felicio. That dude's fat.
I don't know. He might be.
Felicio's fat.
You might got me there.
Who else? There's got to be more fat people.
Big Baby Davis is gone.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I'm what Ricky's like point like fat NBA players.
Kendrick Perkins
He's just
wasn't that fat.
on Google.
He was just big. Boban?
Boban's tall though. The weight distributes equally.
But, like, what are we talking fat here? Because, like, he is, like, 275, but you're right, he's 7'6". But, like, do you think, are we saying, like, if you got a beer gut, like, are you fat?
Scalabrini was
Yeah.
250.
That dude was big.
There's not a lot of
He's
NBA
still
players who
250.
have beer guts. There's a lot of cardio going on in basketball games.
Tell Jokic that.
That's what's great about him, though. Like, I was reading, there's a whole article comment section, fucking Reddit about it, and it's like, yeah, that's your top 10 player in the NBA right there. After he rolls out and plays 60 minutes in a 4 OT game, just waddling down the court back and forth, never having a problem.
He coasts. That's what he is.
He's just gassed, though.
He's coast, and I love him. I think that it's going to be dependent on how he picks up the offense. If he doesn't pick it up, then we're not going to see him. But if he does, I think that he can honestly thrive in this because he's quick, he's long, and with that cutting, he's just going to be able to create a little bit of space, and that's all he needs.
Is he the favorite for Rookie of the Year?
Hell no. Zion.
Zion's not even the favorite amongst fucking his own, class. Like,
Who is?
they
What are you
did a
talking about?
voting, and I think RJ Barrett and somebody else beat him. Right? That was like the draft night thing. It was like draft night or post draft night, and it was all the coverage, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Zion got voted like second for most likely to win
I
Rookie
want to
of the
know
Year."
if Zion voted for himself, though. Or did he pull a me thing where it's like, you know what, I'm not going to vote for myself.
Yeah,
I
it was a
don't know
poll
about that.
taken by rookies, and Zion was not the number one.
I
And
don't
he
know.
also wasn't the number one for like long-term success. I think they all voted for fucking like Cam Reddish.
Really?
Yeah, weird.
So they're just NBA Twitter guys?
I don't know.
It's just that they
Maybe.
all think that he's going to be something.
So it changed, though, because at the end of August, rookies vote Zion Williamson to win
Okay.
Rookie of the Year.
So there you go.
Pick
Yeah.
fellow Duke star Cam Reddish to have best career.
See?
Zion has the same odds, like in Vegas right now, to win the MVP as Blake Griffin, Trae Young, and Nikola Vucevic does,
Jesus
and
Christ.
DeMar DeRozan. And he has better odds than Rudy Gobert does.
I mean, that makes sense,
And
though. No one
Zion's
likes
actually
defense.
Zion. If you took Zion and you placed $50 on him, I think you'd win $42 back. Where if you did that to Ja, you'd make money off of it.
Yeah,
so that's where he's standing right now in like
Okay, so
actual favorites.
So Michael Porter Jr., dark horse then
To win the MVP.
for Rookie. No,
Oh, okay.
Rookie of the Year. I'm not. Come on.
Yeah, he doesn't even. Oh yeah, he does show up. Yeah, he's 1,600. Porter is. So like if you put $40 on that for Rookie of the Year for Mike Porter Jr., you win $640. You put it 40 on Zion, you win 30. So I think it's still Zion, and I think he's the clear favorite, unless he's like literally like a Yeah, tractor out there. Like, I don't think that he's going to be. I don't think he's not going to win Rookie of the Year.
Okay, so you pretty much got his lock. So Michael Porter Jr. breaks in the starting lineup by the All-Star game. He's putting up like 12 a night.
Yeah, where Zion's been in it since October. He's putting up 15. Like, it's not close.
All right. I'm just saying, do you think that is 12 a night reasonable then, or do you think that's like the ultra high end?
Gil, I mean, it depends on the minutes.
rookie year.
If he's getting like 22 minutes a game, 25 minutes a game, 15's or 12. Yeah, 12 is reasonable.
12, yeah.
For sure. It just depends on the minutes that he's getting because the offense is high powered. So and if he's getting garbage time minutes too, then that could even help his stat line as well. I think 12. If I saw 12 at the end of the year, I think that'd be great. If I saw 60 games, 12 points per game, be happy by that. And if he's shooting efficiently. So even then, if he's not scoring a ton, but he's shooting efficiently and he's playing and he doesn't get injured, I think that's a successful year for him.
Sounds good. I think a lot of people want to jump out and just crown his ass as like, oh, he's the dark horse for fucking Rookie of the Year, and I'm like,
there is no dark horse in my mind. Like literally, there's nothing. Like the way that somebody else wins Rookie of the Year is if Zion gets hurt.
I think Zion can lose it healthy.
I think we're forgetting how good Zion is.
Nope.
I agree with you.
Do you not remember the bowling ball that he is?
I absolutely remember. I watched him embarrass Kevin Knox in person.
He can run like a 4.6 40 and jump like 40 feet in the air.
I understand.
He's literally a video game character.
He is cheat codes.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way he doesn't win it unless he's injured.
So last year, just for context, Gary Harris was their third leading scorer with 12.9 points a game. Paul Millsap had 12.6. Will Barton 11.5. Malik Beasley 11.3, and then Monte Morris at 10.4. So they had 5 guys just floating right above 10 points a game. So I think there is a chance that he could come in right in that range.
Yeah, well, Jeremy's probably going to be in that range as well. What was Jokic at, 20?
Jokic was at 20 a game.
And then Murray was at 23?
Murray was only 18.2.
Okay. I think Millsap will probably take a little bit of a step back scoring.
Yeah. I expect Millsap and Barton to drop down, and I think Beasley's going to move up.
I expect Harris to go up as well. And I think this offense is going to be better, too, so there's going to be more opportunities to actually increase.
Yeah.
They're
scary
it's
as hell.
difficult.
They're scary as hell.
It's difficult. So I would say if he's healthy, like a good season for him, healthy and efficient. But I think if we're putting the over-under at 12 points per game for him, I'd probably take the under, but slightly. Ricky, final expectations?
I'm going to say that I don't want to say his ceiling for this year, but a really good season for Michael Porter Jr. is look at Fred VanVleet last year, where if he can be a guy that gets it solidified by the playoffs and helps this team come crunch time, go ahead. Like, he doesn't have to win Rookie of the Year. He doesn't have to get any accolades. But if he can be a guy that, hey, this team, when it got down to it in the playoffs, he helped the team. And like Fred VanVleet last year in the playoffs, only averaging about 8 points a game, but he came up when the team needed him to, even with Kawhi Leonard on that team. So like that's what I would say would be his like ceiling towards like, man, Michael Porter Jr. had a really fucking good year, his rookie year.
So like
what
Jason Tatum. Yeah, I was like that's just bizarre. I was like maybe like a Jason Tatum comp where Jason Tatum played pretty good during the year and then the playoffs happened and then he was like Jason Tatum.
Yeah, but Jason Tatum was like the leader of that team because of injuries, where Michael Porter Jr. is not going to outjump
Marcus
this
Morris
year.
Was the leader.
Is not going to outjump like Jokic and Jamal and stuff like that. Like he can be the complementary player and help that offense move and help them in the playoffs.
Whatever. Fair. Yeah. I just it's a bizarre comp to toss out there, but I see what you're saying about like if he can play his best minutes when they matter most.
Exactly.
That's all that matters at the end of the year for you. Okay.
Yeah, that was just. It's just I totally
it was a weirdly roundabout way of
Fred VanVleet's like 6'1" and Michael Porter Jr. is 6'11".
Yeah,
it's like he's gonna be like Fred VanVleet.
Not the
he
same
needs to
player.
model his career after Fred VanVleet.
But could do well. He's got to bet on himself.
That's like it's like being like Muggsy Bogues could be like Nikola Jokic. It's just very big. It's like that gorilla is gonna be like that giraffe. I don't know. Anyways, all right. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, especially Nuggets fans. They're probably already tuned out.
Yeah.
But let us know your thoughts down below what Michael Porter Jr. can do in his rookie season. We're excited to see him, and hopefully he can be healthy for not only Nugget fans, but also for
Sean,
him
you gonna
and
get a
his
jersey?
families. No, I don't buy jerseys. Come on.
He's gonna get a
Again,
jersey.
No,
Jersey?
like I've said, these arms are way too white up here to be rocking a basketball
So
jersey.
basically, we send you to like LA Tan and get you a nice base.
No,
tan.
if I was
He's
gonna wear a
Irish.
jersey,
Somehow it would go wrong.
if I was wearing a jersey, I'd do the whole white boy thing where you throw the hoodie underneath it.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm 21. Or I'm 22. I'm not doing 21 anymore. I'm 22. Like, I can't be doing that shit anymore. Like, I'm not going to Lollapalooza. I'm not a high schooler. You know?
Oh my god.
I can't do that. What?
No, just
Oh, I thought you were looking at something.
no.
I thought you were looking at
He's
white guys
got
in
fucking,
hoodies
like,
and basketball
Brooklyn
jerseys.
Nets shit.
Anyways, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below about Michael Porter Jr.